Hello and welcome back to Push-Ups for PTSD, day 1414. Today's information was researched through WebMD medical reference and reviewed by Simtha Bandari, MD. How do you develop triggers? When faced with danger, your body gets ready to fight, flee, or freeze. Your heart beats faster, your senses go on high alert, your brain stops some of its normal functions to deal with the threat. This includes your short-term memory. With PTSD, your brain doesn't process the trauma right away. It doesn't file the memory of the event as being in the past. The result? You feel stressed, frightened, even when you know you're safe. The brain attaches details, like sights or smells, to that memory. These become triggers. They act like buttons that turn on your brain's alarm system. When one of them is pushed, your brain switches to danger mode. This may cause you to become frightened and your heart to start racing. The sight, sounds, and feelings of the trauma may come rushing back. This is called a flashback. What are the different types of triggers? Anything that reminds you of what happened right before or during a trauma is a potential trigger. They're usually tied to your senses. You may see, smell, feel, touch, or taste something that brings on your symptoms. While triggers themselves are usually harmless, they cause the body to react as if you're in danger. A number of things can trigger your PTSD. Some of the most common include people. Seeing a person related to the trauma may set off the PTSD reaction, or someone may have a physical trait that's a reminder. Thoughts and emotions. The way you felt during a traumatic event, afraid, helpless, or stressed, could cause symptoms. Things. Seeing an object that reminds you of the trauma can cue your symptoms. Sense. Smells are strongly tied to memories. For instance, someone who survived a fire might become upset from a smoky smell of a barbecue. Places. Returning to the scene of a trauma is often a trigger. TV shows, news reports, and movies. Seeing a similar trauma often sets off symptoms. Feelings. Some sensations, such as pain, are triggers. Sounds. Hearing specific noises, songs, or voices can bring back memories of the trauma. For example, hearing a car backfire may remind a veteran of gunfire. Tastes. The taste of something, like alcohol, may remind you of a traumatic event. Situations. You may tie scenarios with the trauma. For instance, being stuck in an elevator might remind you of the feeling of being trapped in a car accident. Anniversaries. It's often hard to go through a date marked by trauma without remembering it, as is the case for most survivors of the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. Words. Reading or hearing certain words can cue your PTSD. This is what I have on triggers and developing triggers. Thank you for joining my fight to spread awareness for those living with PTSD and mental health issues. I'm going to be continuing my efforts until at least August 5th of 2035. If this makes any money, 50 cents of every dollar I make through this effort will go towards helping those with PTSD. Obrigado por ser junto a minha luta para despejar a consciência para aqueles que vivem com PTSD e problemas de saúde mental. Continuar meus esforços até pelo mês 5 de agosto de 2035. Thank you all for your support. Stay safe, stay strong, and most importantly, thank you for surviving.